Today we have learned the subject maths lesson number 2, multiply of integers in semi-mediums. How to multiply the integers, which are the rules, which are the facts we have to learn in this chapter. It is very easy and you have to keep the notebook when I teach. When I say to you, you have to point to be noted. The multiply integers are very easy to solve. Next chart.
Hello again everyone. In this video tutorial we will be talking about how to multiply integers using tic-tac-toe. This is a really cool and fun stuff. So let's go ahead and look at the very first example over here and look at this tic-tac-toe and see how these positive and negative signs are distributed. So first of all, if you look at these over here, the diagonal, only positive signs are placed over here. The rest are negative signs. So next thing what we're going to do is we're going to see how positive and negative sign going to behave when it comes to multiplication. So let's go ahead and get started. Positive times negative would give us what? Negative. Negative times positive would result in what? Negative, and finally negative times negative is gonna be positive. So in this example we use cross to multiply signs, but sometimes people use parentheses to multiply things. So over here you might see this kind of example as well. So positive times negative is going to be negative. How about negative times positive would result in negative. And finally, negative times negative is going to be positive. Those are the very simple and crucial kind of building blocks when it comes to integers. So here are few I just put down notation that you could encounter when it comes to multiplication. So sometime we'll be using a cross, sometime we'll be using a parenthesis, sometime it's going to be asterisk, or sometime it's going to be a dot. By the way, this is a dot, it's not a decimal. Just keep in your mind. Okay, let's move on to integers and how we define integers. Integers are nothing more than just the whole numbers with the negative and positive signs including a zero. So you can see all the counting numbers on the right hand side are part of the integers, and on this side of zero on the left hand side these are negative counting numbers. So on the right hand side we have all positive, and on the left hand side they are all negative. One more thing, just keep in your mind on this number line, as you tend to, if you go towards right, the number tend to increase, and if you go leftward from zero, the number tend to decrease. So once again, if you go towards right, numbers tend to increase, and if you go towards left, number tend to decrease. Let's go ahead and do a few examples. How about this one over here? We've been asked to multiply negative 3 times negative 5. Once again, from the above example, we have noticed that negative times negative is always positive, and 3 times 5 is what? 15. So this becomes positive 15, or just simply 15, because positive 15 and 15 are same thing. So sometime you might see this kind of example with parentheses. They are same thing. Negative 3 times negative 5 is going to be positive 15 as well, or just simply positive 15 could be written as simply what? 15. So let's do a few more examples. How about this one over here? So you can see this negative 3 times 5, and we know that 5 could be written as positive 5, you can write like this one. So negative 3 times positive 5. We know that negative times positive is negative. 3 times 5 is what? 15. So that is our answer. All right, let's look at this thing. Same thing, but we have a different kind of notation. Instead of cross, we have a parentheses over here. Same thing. Negative 3 times 5 could be written as negative 3 times 5 could be written as positive 5. Now, once again, negative and positive become negative, and then 3 times 5 is what? 15. So that is negative 15, our answer. Let's do a couple of more example. How about this thing? If I put down 3 times negative 5. So once again, 3 could be written as positive 3. So this positive 3 times negative 5, negative and positive become negative. 3 times 5 is 15, so negative 15 is our answer. Likewise, on this side, this positive 3 could be written as positive 3 with the sign over here. So this would become what? Positive 3 times negative 5, which would result in negative 15. Piece of cake. Let's move on to just a final example and see how we are going to do this one. So once again, positive 3 times positive 5. Positive times positive is positive. 3 times 5 is 15, are just simply 15. And likewise over here, this positive 3 times positive 3, positive times positive is positive, 3 times 5 is 15, so this is going to give us 15 because positive 15 and 15 are same thing. Or just simply, you can write this thing over here, you can see that one over here, positive 3 could be written as just simply 3, and this positive 5 could be written as 5, and we know that 3 times 5 is always 15. You can look at this problem this way as well. Likewise over here, positive 3 could be written as over here as what? 3, and positive 5 could be written as 5. So 3 times 5 is 15. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Bye.
In this chart, I give some integers to multiply. First of all, you have to see in first chart negative 4 multiply 0. The answer is 0. The next is negative 4 multiply 1 is equal to negative 4. Means first rules is use in this chart which number is comes and which number to multiply. It is not important, but you give the mark to this number. It is very important in this multiply integers chapter. First of all, you see all these examples. In the lesson, in this chapter, give the mark is very important to solve these examples because the integers are very different, but each and every integers have the negative or the positive marks, and when you solve these examples, it is very important to solve and then giving the mark, it is very important also. Okay. Now there is another chart. Here are some solving examples of multiply integers. You have to keep down, you have to write down in your notebook. First of all, you have to remind all these rules and regulations of these integers, where you give the negative marks, where the marks is not in vain. These are very important to solve these integers examples. You have to read, you have to analysis. These examples are written on the page number 12 on the 7th standard mathematics book. Okay, next chart. In this chart, the product of two positive integers is a positive integer. The second rule is the product of one positive and one negative. The integer is a negative integer. Okay. Then the third is the product of two negative integers is a positive integers. These two or three rules are very important to solve these examples. Positive integers are very easy to solve because they get the positive integer also. In this another rule, when the negative integer and one positive integer, that time you get the negative integer. Okay. Now the another rules is giving here in this chart. You have to be noted it when you solve the multiply integers in your book. This is a text type rules. Positive number multiply positive numbers, you get the positive integers also. Then positive integers multiply negative integer number, you get the negative integer number. Negative integer number multiply negative integer number, you get the positive integer. These three or four rules are giving in your textbook on the page number 12. In the right side, you have to be noted in your book when you solve the examples. It is very important to you. Next.